we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
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 The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
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 Let's go, guys. I want to hear the ground shake when we say this. Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
People on the streets need to be able to hear this. People in the buildings need to hear this. Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
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 What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
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 The system wasn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
The system isn't broken, it was built this way!
The system isn't broken, it was built this way.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Many of us here suffer from mental illness or know someone who does. Mental illness has always been something where people feel it needs to be hushed. I can tell you this, we need to be the voice for mental illness. We must help and speak up for those individuals who suffer in silence or feel ashamed about this. How does wellness call turn into a life cut short? How does that happen? How do people that are meant to serve and protect you take your life? Everyone standing here, ask yourself, what if it was your mother or father, sibling, child, relative, or friend? What would you do? What will be the change you want to see? And how would you make this possible?
Bismillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala sahbihi wa wala. Salam, peace upon all of you. Good afternoon. My name is Mustafa Farouk. and I am the CEO of the National Council of Canadian Muslims. Let me start by saying something. Nobody wanted today to take out time to come here today, just out of the blue for no reason. But we're here today for one reason, and it's because 1 week ago, Uncle EJAZ was killed. 1 week ago, Uncle EJAZ was shot down. He was killed by a police officer doing a mental health check when the only person he was in danger of harming was himself. He was shot, he was killed, and he didn't deserve to die. The story of how he was shot, how he was killed, and he didn't deserve to die is like a refrain that seems to bounce through time. It's echoed by politicians and lawyers like myself and everyone in the media, journalists. But the reality is that, what? I'm tired of hearing this refrain. I'm tired of hearing this story again and again of violence. Then let's make it clear. Our brothers and sisters who are black and Muslim, or who are black and of another faith tradition, have heard it too many times. And that's why we're here together. We're here to work to end the refrain. This cannot be the way that we talk about our brothers and sisters and our uncles and our fathers in another week, in another month, in another year, because change has to happen today. Change has...
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ!
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأصلي وسلم على سيد المرسلين نبينا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وأسلم التسليم. It was exactly a week ago, on Saturday, that some of my friends sent me a horrific video clip of what happened to our uncle EJAZ CHODRY, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy on his soul. When I saw that video, I was so disturbed, and I felt the need to immediately reach out to his family, just knowing the type of pain and anger and anguish that they must have been going through. Imagine for a moment the trauma of having to call for help for a family member. That بِالْعَدْلِ قَامَتِ السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضِ. That through justice the heavens and the earth has been established. And I want you to think for a moment of how everything around us seems to be frayed. The social contract between people seems to be frayed. Racial harmony between people seems to be frayed. Empathy seems to be frayed. Where did that come from? The Prophet said the heavens and the earth is established through balance, through justice. When we walked away from justice, we allowed this world to fall apart. When we walked away from the concept of justice and standing up for people who are oppressed, we caused even the planet to start rejecting us, because justice isn't there, and only through justice is the heavens and the earth established. And so we have a lot of questions in search of justice for our uncle EJAZ. Why did the police enter his house? They didn't have a warrant. They did not have the permission of his family or him. Why did they decide not to de-escalate the situation? Why didn't they call professionals? These are questions that need answers. And we should never go away until we get those answers. If it means we come back here week after week, we need to come back here.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening. First thing I'd like to say is thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting and showing that we are not alone. We have the public with our side, and everybody's upset for the same reason. It's been 7 days since my uncle was killed. It's been 7 days. 7 hard days, let me tell you. Not just for the public, but for the family. It's been 7 days, we've just been mourning. But when you go to cry, we think, listen, why are we crying? This was wrong. There was a call for help. This was not supposed to happen. And instead of help, our uncle was murdered. On behalf of the Chaudhry family, I'd like to say thank you for coming out. My uncle was a humble and gentle man. He would sit on the corner outside his building and give out Timbits and donuts. Many kids, that's why when you guys seen the protests in the neighborhood, you seen a lot of little young kids come out, and they were upset because there was no one there to give them donuts and Timbits. The killing of my uncle did not affect just elderly people who were upset. It's little kids that are upset about it. His 7-year-old son is upset about it. And we're frustrated. We felt helpless. We've called for help, and instead we were given the complete opposite. We demand answers. The family demands answers from all the politicians, from the chief of the police, from Peel Regional Police. We want to know that you hear us and you are going to give us answers. The SIU, all we hear is that investigation is going on. Don't worry, you'll get an answer. How long do we have to wait? It's been 7 days, a full week, that we don't know what to say to his kids. That say, listen, no, it's in the right direction. We're going to get justice. We're going to be heard. We're going to get answers. How long do we have to wait? It's hard. Believe me, it's hard. And we see
Justice for EJAZ! 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 Justice for EJAZ!
All right, thank you, everybody. I don't have a lot to say. I was there that day, so when they give me these pretty words about, hey, we will update you, we will let you know, that's exactly what the officers told me that day. While I was begging them, I was begging him, let me talk to him, let me talk to him, let me talk to him. They said, just wait, we will update you, we will update you. I'm begging them, I'm in the building, begging them to give me answers, and he's like, we'll let you know. At this point, my uncle has already been murdered. Murdered. And I didn't even know. They wouldn't tell me. I came downstairs to look for their supervisor. People from the building are telling me, we heard him shoot. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, shoot? Why would they shoot him? And then I found out he's murdered. So when they tell me, they give me their sympathy, their pretty words, I don't care anymore. I don't need your words. Do something about it. The ETF came 30 minutes. It took them 30 minutes. They said in their police report, there was no conversation for 15 minutes. It took you 15 minutes to decide to kill somebody. It's been 7 days, and those officers are still out there. 7 days. And it took them 15 minutes to decide that. Like, I don't understand. Everybody here knows, everybody's seen the video, so enough is enough. Do something. Just do something about it. Enough of your words. That's all I have to say.
What do we want? What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want?
Now!
Justice for EJAZ!
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 What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want it?
Now!
Justice for EJAZ!
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 Enough with all the bullshit! Justice for EJAZ!
Justice for EJAZ!
I took a chance earlier this morning and read the report again from Justice Tolo. Justice Tolo submitted a 384-page report as to how we can reform the justice system, how we can reform the SIU, how we can make sure that people get justice. And that report is on a shelf somewhere.
Thank you so much for showing up and showing out. We stand here before paid assassins. Straight up. Straight up. Paid assassins, not police. Because you know what? Hurt people don't need to be killed. All right? Hurt people are loud. All right? Hurt people are sad and hurt people may be angry, but hurt people don't deserve to be killed. Do you understand? Life is hard. Yeah, we're hurting. Yes, we're hurting. So where's our help? Why are there so many holes in the mental health care system? Why are there so many holes in the system, period? Defund the police.
Direct the funding. Direct funding to corporate areas.
Let's redirect that funding.
Direct that funding.
Let's get help for people that is actually effective. Let's preserve lives. What are we doing? Let's get some answers. Let's get some answers. It's been how many months since DeAndre's family? It's been how many months since Regis's? And now 7 days for EJAZ and over a month for me? I don't know why that woman shot me. I don't even know her name. Where's our answers?
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Nadia Hassan, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the National Council of Canadian Muslims. On behalf of the Chaudhry family and all the organizers of this event, we had a lot of help. I want to first of all thank each and every one of you for showing up today and showing your solidarity with the Chaudhry family and with all of the other families who are hurting here today. I also just want to take a second to thank everyone who helped organize today's rally, including the Malton Masjid, the folks at the Malton Masjid. You guys are absolutely amazing. The Justice for Soli movement, we have Yusuf Fakiri on the speakers list, but he's still on his way back from the Lindsay prison. I don't know if he's going to make it back in time. The Urban Alliance of Race Relations, thank you guys. All of the marshals who have been going around, a big round of applause for them for keeping everything going today. All of the volunteers who made the signs, thank you. These are beautiful, beautiful signs. To the Gurdwara who provided the langar, thank you. Thank you to all of our Sikh brothers and sisters for standing in solidarity with us. This show of support is something that I think we're really blessed to have, the Chaudhry family is really blessed to have, and I think this is the kind of solidarity we want to see every day. I also want to take a second to thank all of the speakers that just came before me. They all came back to speak out against police violence and to speak up to demand justice. I think after hearing everyone today, one thing is pretty clear. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if anti-black racism continues to exist. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if anti-indigenous racism continues to exist. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if any other form of oppression continues to exist. I'm going to take a second to say a few words in Urdu for all of the folks here who understand Urdu better than English. अगर मुसलमानों को आगे बढ़ना है, तो हम किसी को पीछे नहीं छोड़ सकते. अगर हमने इस दुनिया में इंसाफ हासिल करनी है, तो हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि हम ब्लैक और इंडिजिनस लोगों के साथ खड़े हों. कि हम इस चीज़ का ख्याल रखें कि किसी को भी पुलिस या कोई भी दबा के ना रखे. और मैं ये बात चौधरी फैमिली से कहना चाहती हूँ, हम सब आपके साथ हैं. ये रास्ता आप अकेले नहीं चलेंगे. आज यहाँ इतने सारे लोग जमा हुए हैं, वो आपके साथ एजाज अंकल के लिए अपनी अपनी आवाज़ उठाने के लिए आए हैं. आपके साथ इंसाफ मांगने के लिए आए हैं. और हम साथ खड़े होंगे, हम साथ देखेंगे. As everyone has been saying this past week, if there is one thing you should all leave with today, it is this. A cry for help should never again end like this. ये फिर कभी नहीं होना चाहिए कि जब कोई मदद मांगे, मदद मांगने के लिए फ़ोन उठाए, कि उसकी अपनी ज़िंदगी का खौफ होना पड़े. The Chaudhry family did everything right. The kids, the aunts, the uncles, the nephews, you guys did everything right. It's the system that failed you. We're all here to stand with the Chaudhry family. And we want to send one clear message to Chief Nishant Duraiappa. We want answers. How did EJAZ uncle's cry for help end like this? It has been 1 whole week, 7 whole days since EJAZ uncle was killed. The Chaudhry family deserves answers. The people of Malton deserve answers. The people of Peel deserve answers. And they deserve it now.
Named Keisha who suffers from autism. My mom is retired who takes care of her. You think my mom feels comfortable if my sister was having an episode? Calling the police to save her, to help her in her time of need. We shouldn't have to feel that way. I do not want to see my sister being the hashtag. I do not want to see a justice for Keisha being trended on Instagram, being trended on Facebook. So it's up to every one of us to put an end to this now. And the most important thing is we cannot forget the living, the youth. Me as a youth experience situation after situation, time after time of police brutality, and I stayed quiet. I didn't talk to my mom about it. I didn't talk to my friends about it. We need to start having this discussion with our peers, with our friends, with our children. The best way to combat what's going on is with knowledge, with our voices. So you educate every person and every youth that you see, and you encourage them to fight up against anything you see is wrong.
Assalamu alaikum, and to everyone else, I greet you with the greetings of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, we are in a watershed moment in the history of this nation. You see the story, you see a picture of this young man? You guys know who he is? I'll keep it short. Suleiman Fikiri. 50 bruises, legs and hands tied, pepper sprayed twice at the time of his death. 12 guards took turns beating him to death. We've been waiting 3.5 years for justice for Suleiman Fikiri. It's my brother. Mesdames et messieurs, nous avons attendu depuis 3 ans et demi pour la justice pour mon petit frère qu'il avait 50 brisés. Mais c'est qu'est-ce qu'il sait? Ladies and gentlemen, I keep my message very simple. And I keep it with conviction. I had a conversation the other night with Uncle EJAZ's brothers, his nephews, and I got to meet Uncle Rafakat, and I got to meet Uncle EJAZ's son, his young son. And the pain that enveloped my heart was a pain that Suleiman, that I feel with his death. So we have some fundamental questions to ask. Mesdames et messieurs, nous devons demander des questions fondamentaux. Comment quelqu'un à l'âge de 62 ans a tué qui souffrait de santé mentale? Nous sommes ici au Canada. Tout le monde qui a la santé mentale, leur vie compte. Ladies and gentlemen, how is it possible that a 62-year-old man who is suffering from mental illness loses his life by the very individuals that are supposed to protect? Simplement, précisément, contre le système de justice. Notre système de justice, il faut notre système de justice, nous protégeons. Our justice system is supposed to protect us, not give to our loved ones in body bags.
We've uncovered racism. Let's talk about why the police officers, some of them are amazing, but why some of them feel like they have power over us. It's power, control, dominance. But today, with all of these people here today, I'm gonna say a statement to them. I'm gonna tell them, officers, you have the right to remain silent. Say it with me. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent as we expose your greed for power, control, dominance. It was Jumu'ah. This is Friday prayers for those of you who don't know what it is. This guy, he uses a chair to pray. When he got back up and he was about to go in ruku', some of the kids pulled his chair on him. When he went to go back down in sajda, he fell down. He went back in sajda, he finished his salah. And then he looked at those kids. There was nothing but laughter and smile. This guy was loving. He was caring. He was an admirable person. I'm gonna move on to one small thing. There was an experiment done in 1940. a psychological experiment. Black children were given 2 dolls. One was a black doll, one was a white doll. These children were asked, "Which one are you?" They pointed to the black one.
It can only benefit that amount which Allah wills. Allah, if you take this matter into your hands, Allah, and if you take this matter and you, Allah, take care of this matter of Uncle EJAZ rahmatullah alayhi, Ya Allah, those police officers who harmed him, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, remove their badge from them, Allah, and make them go behind bars, Allah. Make them go behind bars, Allah. Never let them see the daylight of streets again, Allah. Make them go and see the oppression which they have oppressed others with, Allah. Ya Allah, protect us from their oppression, Allah. Allah, accept our dua, Allah. Allah, accept our gathering, Allah. Ya Allah, accept our gathering, Ya Allah. Make it a means of hidayah for the whole ummah, Allah. Ya Allah, make it a means of hidayah, Allah, and make it a means to forgive our sins. Ya Allah, give him the highest abode. Uncle EJAZ, give him the highest abode in Jannah, Ya Allah. Give him a place with your Habib, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah, his day and night was in remembering you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, his day and night was in worshipping you, Allah. Ya Allah, make us remember him with good actions. Allah, make us follow his legacy and make us of those who remember you continuously and worship you, Ya Allah. Allah, take care of every single person, Ya Allah, who has unjustly been harmed or been killed by police brutality. Allah, take care of those with mental health. Allah, accept our du'as. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.